Hello friends, welcome back to DevOps Seed. In this video, we are going to talk about functions in Prometheus query language. So you can go to the official page of Prometheus where you can check the functions of Prometheus query language. And here you can see there are a number of functions in Prometheus query language. So we are going to understand few functions from this list. So now we have functions for gauge type matrix, that is metric whose values can go up or down. So under gauge metric, the first is changes function. So here you can see the changes function. So the changes function returns the number of times its value has changed within the provided time range as an instant vector. So now let's understand one example of changes function. So firstly, enter changes and then in bracket that our expression. So process start time seconds. Then in curly bracket that our job name. So job equals to Prometheus. Then in bracket time, that means 1 hour. So now this expression returns how many times the process Prometheus has restarted in the past 1 hour. So if you click on execute, so currently it is 1. So let's restart Prometheus. So run the command sudo systemctl restart Prometheus. And now you have to wait for a few seconds. So now if you click on execute, so here you can see the value change with 2. That means the job Prometheus was restarted 2 times over the last 1 hour. So the changes function. So next for gauge, there is also 2 more function. First derive and second predict linear. So let's understand the first derive. So here you can see the derive. So derive function returns the calculate the per second derivative of the time series in a range vector. So let's understand one example of derive function. So firstly, enter derive. Then our expression that process resident memory bytes. Then in curly brace that our job name. So our job name is Prometheus. Then in bracket type that 1 hour. So now if you click on execute, so here you can see it is this many bytes. Here you can see the bytes, and derive function should only used with gauge matrix. So that's the derive function. So the next is predict linear. So here you can see the predict linear here. So predict how much memory will remain free in next 2 hours. So the use of predict is how much memory will remain free in next 2 hours. So let's understand with example what is predict linear function. So firstly enter predict linear, then pass our matrix in bracket pass our matrix. So the matrix is node underscore memory, node underscore memory 3 bytes. So that's the metric. Then in curly brace that our job name. So our job name is node exporter. Then in bracket specify pass time range. So here in square bracket 1 hour. Then the second parameter pass in the future time for you want to do. So here I want to check 2 hours. So 2 into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Firstly enter comma, then second parameter, and then here, then divided by 24 to convert it. So now if you click on execution, it returns how much free memory would be left in next 2 hours. So here you can see the memory would be free in next 2 hours. So that's the use of predict linear. So the next function is, now we are going to check here aggregation over time. That means over time. So these functions applies the same logic and allows us aggregating each series of given range vector and return instant vector with aggregation result. So let's try with example with with the expression that our node CPU seconds total. Now to find the CPU uses over last 1 hour, we can use max overtime function. So here you can see the max overtime function. So now run the expression here. Max, firstly in bracket our expression, and then enter max over time and mention here type that 1 hour. And now click on execute. So here you can see here we got maximum time spent for different nodes. So same for minimum. So simply here over time. And now click on execute. So here you can see we got minimum time spent for different modes. So now that's the aggregation operators, that means aggregation over time. So now the next function is we are going to understand with example, that's a sort function. So it returns vector elements sorted by their sample values in ascending order. So let's understand with example. So firstly remove this. So firstly enter sort, then our expression in bracket node CPU seconds total. Then if you click on execute, so here see it has sorted the time series in ascending order. So same for descending. So if you enter underscore descending here, and if you click on execute, so it's a sort descending function. So if you click on execute, so here you can see it's sorted with descending order. So that's the sorted sort descending function. So the next is, now we are going to check the time function. The most important is time function. So here you can see the time function. So the time returns the number of seconds since January 1st, 1970 UTC. So now let's run the time function. So you can see the time function. And now the next is if you click on run the here the day of month, day of week, so now it is written the values are from 0 to 6, where 0 means Sunday and today is Tuesday. So now if you run the day of week function, and now you can check the output, you can see the 2. So it returns value are from 0 to 6, where 0 means Sunday. So today is Tuesday, so that's why they give us value 2. So now function you can try yourself. So that's the important functions, and remaining you can try yourself. So thank you for watching our video. I hope you like the video and it's helpful to you. So please like, share and subscribe our DevOps channel.